Unlike the first person, first of all, good evening, everyone. Last time I was here, I think it was January, I had a beef. But since then, I think things have improved. So I know you're listening. First of all, I want to first thank VIA for having another workshop to permit persons using paratransit an opportunity to give input to the nature of the service and to hear what's going on and to hopefully understand what's being projected. I want to thank you for feeding us. Sure made a difference. Because when I got off the van, first thing I did was run across the street to Bill Miller because I didn't think we were going to be fed. Because I knew cookies and whatever you were going to give us, I thought, wouldn't be enough for me, not early in the morning. When I came in, I almost fell off my scooter. I said, what's going on? They're feeding us. I said, who wants to be promoted? But it was really nice, and I want to thank you. First of all, that was an outstanding workshop. I've been to a few. But out of all that we've had, I think this was one of the better ones. I want to speak to two things today, and let me see if I can do it quickly without choking. I'm looking at the clock here. One, I came in support of your accepting the involvement of the cab. I think that's a good inclusion, but there's some elements I think you need to look at. And I mentioned it to the staff during our break. Don't let those people just run wild. We need to train them. Because I've already used the cab in the past, and folks don't know how to tie down. They'll start the meter running, and they're still fumbling, trying to tie down. I said, what you doing? I said, cut the meter off. You're not supposed to run that meter until you move this cab. Well, they will tell me, well, I know what I'm doing. I said, well, obviously you don't. So make sure when you train them, you tell them to cut that meter off before they move. Secondly, it's more than just training. They need to have sensitivity toward persons with disabilities. That not only applies with the cab, but also with VIA. I think if a person has the right attitude, they'll do a good job. And so I'm in support of including the cab. Secondly, the staff talked about this new program that was implemented December 23rd, where you start 10 minutes, if the van arrives 10 minutes before your negotiated pickup time, then you have to get on. And the driver starts counting the 5 minutes at the time that he or she arrives. I don't think, given the Americans with Disabilities Act, you have that 30-minute window. So within that 30-minute window, VIA is already using 20 of it. And with the introduction of the 10-minute arrival time, you're using all of the 30-minute window. I think you need to give some thought to maybe reducing it from possibly 10 minutes at the front end to possibly 5 minutes. Because I think it's wonderful that you want the service to be efficient, but I think given all that we've been told, a lot has been taken away from the client. So I'm asking you to reduce it and consider the comments that were made at the workshop. You had already decided before you came to the workshop that you were going to implement it. Well, why would you make that decision when you hadn't gotten our input first? So I'm saying consider reducing the front end of it to maybe 5 minutes and maybe extending it for another month because you heard our comments at the workshop. Thank you for that opportunity to speak to the board.
Annette Garcia.